Hey everybody, my name is Darius Singletary here to talk to you about the SDS class that I am taking. And basically, we went over chapter this I guess module we learned. It basically we went over chapter 5 through chapter 8, learning about the different things of language and different forms of languages and everything. And to begin, chapter 5 mainly talks about language and how language is symbolic. In a sense, language can mean a lot of things, different forms of language. You have body language, verbal language. It's different forms of communication. It's governed and it's very subjective in a sense. And language plays a big role in the worldview perspective. Um, we see language as something of a way to communicate, and our worlds involve around language. So, in order for us to, keep our economy up and keep this world going, in a sense, we just have to continue to use language. It also talked about the identity in which language definitely express your identity in a sense where it tells who you are, where you come from, what you do for a living, or in the sense of to tell whether if you're educated or not. We go into chapter 6 where in chapter 6 is nonverbal communication. And with nonverbal communication, we have forms of communication where you still express what you're trying to say and get out to other people just without using words. Express your faces on your face, body language in a sense where, if something was to shock you, the expression on your face would tell it all. And so, it creates and it maintains relationships in a sense, and influence others. And so, nonverbal communication is, primarily relational, and it keeps relationships going. Types of nonverbal communication will be body movement. You have touch, voice, distance, time, territorially, T, physical attractiveness, clothing, and physical environment. These are all forms of nonverbal communications that's dealing and helping you with how you get through communication using non-verbal ways. Nonverbal communication is very ambiguous. I'm sorry, and it occurs in immediate messages. Nonverbal communication is influenced by culture and gender. So if you were raised in a culture where something is a norm, that's what you're going to be used to. Other people may say that as well, what is this, or may ask what is this, but that is just influenced by your culture and your gender as well. We then look at chapter 7, and let's see. In chapter 7, it talks about your listening. Types of listening responses. You have 8 to 10 listening responses in a sense. You have silent listening, questioning, paraphrasing, empathizing, supporting, analyzing, evaluating, and advising. This is very important because these type of listening responses, everybody has different ones, and it really helps. Some people handle others better. Some people have these different listening skills and handle them better than others. Some people have all, some people have few, and it just all depends. And then your components of listening is hearing, attending, understanding, remembering, and responding. Not everyone is able to hear without responding or remember everything, so you have to break it down. It definitely talks about how you need to break it down piece by piece. A lot of times there's challenges to listening. Listening is not easy. All listeners do not receive the same message. Poor listening, and a lot of times people have a lot of poor listening habits. And so the nature of listening, you have listening styles. Listening is defined, and the importance of listening most of all. So, lastly, in chapter 8, it just simply, talks about emotions and how emotions is based on your personality, culture, gender, social conventions, and roles. Social media, emotional contagion. What are emotions? Physiological changes and nonverbal reactions, cognitive interpretations, and then verbal expression. And so with the emotions, you recognize your feelings, you know, try to express it in the best language as you can, and you just share multiple feelings as well. And managing your emotions, thought cases, feelings, is just very important. And it's some things in some cases where you have to use proper emotions in order to get it out. So chapter 5 to 8, that's basically what we learned. And as we continue to go throughout this class, I look forward to continue learning about SDS. So thank you.